Hi, this is Ryan again. This is lesson 8.2 in my Illustrator course, and we are talking today about creating templates. As you can see, I still have on my screen the template that I used for the previous lesson, and it's the one that I'm using for my apparel design project, which I will discuss shortly. I don't know if I'll get a video out of it, or a video posted today, or if it'll have to wait until tomorrow. But anyway, so I'm going to take some of the elements from this and create a new document. And what we're going to do is first, let's go to Command N to make that new document. I'm going to go to letter size, so print letter. We'll keep it portrait this time so I can make some letterhead. And as you see, here it is. I want to turn on my rulers, and I want to turn on my grid. And my grid will show me the 10-point spacing. I believe I have points. Yes, I have points. So I'm going to change from points to inches, and that way I can see. Well, I think I need to change my grid actually as well. So my grid is in 1 in 10 line, 10 subdivisions. So in fact, I want to change that down to 8 subdivisions so I can have eighths of an inch. And then we will zoom in holding Command and Spacebar, or Control and Spacebar, and get to a nice close space on that. And first thing I'm going to do is get the rectangle tool, and I'm going to just click a box here, and I want to make that box 8 inches by 10.5 inches. And of course you see that that lined it exactly where I had it here on the quarter inch by quarter inch. It's actually not quite there. It needs to move a little bit. So let's go to our dimensions here, and we'll go to 0.25 and 0.25, and there it is. It should be centered on the quarter inch margin, essentially, is what I've created. So let's turn the grid off, and then we will slash out both the color on the fill and the stroke. So I have this empty box, but I can see if I go to outlines. Now I have something bounding around my artwork, or my document, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want to take this logo and the outline of the Idaho Teton mountain range, and we're going to copy that, and we're going to paste it in that new document. And I have that other box there to make it easier, so that when I snap it to that point, I mean, I could have just moved it, of course, but it makes it easy for me to see that I'm putting it right on the line where it needs to be. So then I'll grab my direct selection tool and grab these points over here and just simply drag them holding Shift to constrain it to that point. And then I will grab these ones there. And whoops, I have the lines also. I don't want that. Okay, now I just have those points, and I can put that exactly where I wanted it. And now I have a nice rectangular, or rounded rectangle around my page. And I know I said letterhead, it's actually kind of letter foot, but it's the look I was going for. So now when I save this as a template, I can do some things to it. Let me grab a little bit more. Grab my address, and I'm sorry, I will not post this part so you can see it online. Just know that I'm copying the address and going to move that down here where it needs to be. Okay. Now I have all the information I need on my letterhead, and I can save this as a template. However, before I do that, I want to drop some columns on here so that if I want to use this for a column width, a specific column width page layout, I can do that. And so I'm going to drag here to a 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to drag the next one to a 1/2 inch in from this side, which will be, is it there? Yeah, I don't think I hit that. So let's adjust by going to guides, unlock my guides, select the guide, and move that to 8 inches. There it is. Now we'll do the same, except instead of going there, I will drag to just, let's see, this is that top of the mountain range there is at 9.2 inches. So let's bring it up to exactly 9 inches. There we go. So now I have a box. Let's make the top also a 1/2 inch in. And that's not quite exactly, so 0.5. I said 0.5. There we go. And we'll, just for fun, and click on this, just for good measure, make this 0.5 as well. So everything is exactly at the guides are exactly where I want them to be. Now I can also create the columns that I want. Let's leave a 1 inch space up here for a header. So if I'm starting at a 1/2 inch, I'll do my next line at 1.5. That did it. Let's leave a 1/4 inch gutter. And that was a little bit more than a 1/4 inch. Okay. And then we'll do a vertical, and we could go right at 4.25. I must not have my snapping to point on. I do have snapping to point on. Okay. So then I can do some calculating and figure out that a 1/2 to an 8 is 7.5, and 7.5 divided by 3 is, oh, you know what? Never mind. It doesn't really much matter what 7.5 divided by 3 is. I can just make a text box with my type tool and drag it on that guide right here, and I can go to my type area options, and I can make a number of columns. I can make 3 columns right there. I can preview that, and that looks about like what I'm going for. Okay, so I'll click OK. I could type some filler text in that. Just so I have that as part of my template. If I wanted to, I could leave it out. I could take another text box and make a header up here. Excuse me, I forgot to click out of that text box. So here I'll make a header, and I can assign the font to it. And make it nice and big. Okay, so now I've created this template, and how do I get it into something I can use as a template? Well, that's the easy part. I'll simply go up to File, Save as Template, and it by default again wants to throw it in my templates folder. I can put it anywhere on my desktop or in my computer file structure, and I'm going to call this letterhead template and click OK, and there it is. Now I have a letterhead template, and next time I open this document it's going to have all of these elements in it. So I go New from Template, find that file again, and there it is. So that is how we create templates. Again, you can do layers, you can do guides, you can do fonts, artwork, anything that you can put in an Illustrator file essentially, along with swatches, can be included in a template. So thanks for watching, and the next video we'll be discussing the apparel design project, and that will be coming up, like I said, probably tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.